lot to do, and you've become, you personally and your country, is such a critical part of what happens in a continent of 100 million people, billion people almost.
We all know the U.S. is trying to get power over 1 billion people in Africa. But what if we tell you South Africa is no longer under U.S. control? Instead, it is increasingly aligning with nations that respect its sovereignty. And notably, these allies are not from the West or the United States. The nations Africa has chosen to align with, namely China and Russia, are causing concern for the U.S. What specifically troubles the U.S. about these alliances? Let's find out. Since shaking off the bonds of apartheid in 1994, South Africa has surfed the rough time of international relations, with the United States being a significant player. Back in the apartheid era, when Nelson Mandela was still confined to a prison cell, the United States was doing the Cold War. The U.S. was filled with anti-communist partners, influencing its moves with South Africa. The National Party, holding apartheid close to its chest, was a problematic partner for U.S. foreign policy, leading to some awkward steps. Fast forward to April 1994, and the time changed. Apartheid ended, and democracy took over. The United States, ever the diplomatic player, diverted to a new idea. A solid bilateral relationship began, and Uncle Sam recognized South Africa's moves as crucial in its backyard and global stage.
The United States and South Africa and your government have the same value set, and I've long been inspired by the long struggle of freedom and justice, and one of the great moments of my career was when the first time Nelson Mandela came to the United States.
Economic ties became the star cupola of this diplomatic ball. The U.S. saw South Africa not just as a neighbor and layer in Africa's economic orchestra. With a wink and a nod, Uncle Sam acknowledged South Africa as the gateway to Southern Africa, a partner worth keeping close to. In recent years, the U.S. government added a new move to its diplomatic routine, an eco-friendly shuffle. South Africa's goal of ditching fossil fuels caught Uncle Sam's eye. With a let's save the planet together attitude, the U.S. joined South Africa towards a greener energy sector. Cooperation in the energy sector became a spotlight move in their diplomatic actions. Let's address the elephant on the dance floor: the United States reportedly targeting South Africa. Rumors of congressional hearings, economic sanctions, and shady accusations of arms deals with Russia have surfaced. The U.S. is scared as South Africa gets close to Russia and China. But why exactly, and how is South Africa getting closer to Russia? It all comes down to BRICS. South Africa is a key player within the BRICS coalition in international relations, holding the reins in strategic action beyond economic partnerships. As the gateway to the African continent, South Africa's role within BRICS is multifaceted, incorporating economic, political, and cultural ties. At the heart of South Africa's membership in BRICS are three sturdy pillars: economic, political, and cultural cooperation. This dynamic engagement addresses the region's inequality, poverty, and unemployment challenges. The country harnesses its position to boost intra-BRICS trade, facilitate investments, promote tourism, and foster capacity building, skills, and technology transfers. However, South Africa's involvement in BRICS is not merely for economic interests. It's a symphony that extends to science, technology, and innovation, with harmonious notes in energy, health, education, and cooperation. The benefits extend beyond abstract concepts, translating into tangible gains through BRICS financing for infrastructure development, research, education, skilling, and ample opportunities in trade and investment. China and other BRICS members find South Africa a reliable partner, and this partnership is more than just financial. It's a strategic move to create a more inclusive financial system, offering an alternative to the dominance of Western powers. South Africa's role within BRICS becomes a conduit for reshaping global power dynamics, fostering a more balanced and inclusive international order. In this partnership of nations, South Africa takes center stage in representing not just its interests, but those of the entire African continent within BRICS. The partnership is viewed as a pathway towards a more equitable distribution of global resources and influence, a significant departure from historical imbalances.
Since its formation, it has demonstrated its ability to mobilize resources for infrastructure and sustainable development in emerging economies without conditionalities.
However, international relations are not always harmonious. The recent shift of the BRICS chairmanship to Russia has introduced a discordant note. The United States, recognizing South Africa's centrality in the global geopolitical landscape, has attempted to disrupt its growing relationships with other BRICS members. The tension is real, and the disruption caused by the United States is a reminder of the complex power plays on the world stage. But why is South Africa leaning toward Russia? At the New Year's dawn, Russian President Vladimir Putin laid out the guiding principles that would shape the course of BRICS in the coming months. In a statement, he stressed the importance of sovereign equality, mutual consideration of interests, and the commitment to forging a multipolar international order. The core principles Putin highlighted aren't just lofty ideals, but the bedrock upon which BRICS stands. Sovereign equality ensures that each member has an equal say in the group's decisions, regardless of size. Mutual consideration of interests emphasizes the alliance's collaborative nature, where each member's concerns are taken into account. The commitment to a multipolar world order reflects a departure from the dominance of any single power, advocating for a more balanced and inclusive global landscape. Putin's words echo not just within the walls of the Kremlin, but resonate globally. He revealed that BRICS is gaining increased support from nations that share the bloc's foundational principles. This widening circle of support exemplifies the relevance and appeal of the values BRICS represents in an evolving world order. The Russian president didn't stop at outlining principles. He unveiled the 2024 motto for BRICS under Russia's chairmanship, strengthening multilateralism for equitable global development and security. This phrase shows Russia's commitment to fortifying the foundations of multilateral cooperation. It signals an intent to foster not just development, but also security on a global scale. This motto also serves as a lighthouse, guiding BRICS towards a more balanced and just global order. Multilateralism, the idea of many nations collaborating for mutual benefit, takes center stage. In a world often influenced by unilateral actions, Putin's vision for BRICS champions the strength that comes from unity and cooperation. The emphasis on sovereign equality and a multipolar world order aligns seamlessly with Russia's broader foreign policy objectives. It reflects a vision for an international system that is not dictated by the whims of a single powerhouse, but is shaped by the collective will of nations. This resonates with Russia's pursuit of a fair and inclusive global system that accommodates the diverse interests and perspectives of nations across the spectrum. One of the fascinating aspects of Putin's statement is the emphasis on a fair global financial and trade system. Implicit in this is a challenge to the dominance of the US dollar in the international arena. While not explicitly stated, the implications are clear: a call for a more diverse and equitable financial landscape that isn't monopolized by any single currency. This stance raises eyebrows globally, with various nations voicing concerns about the ramifications for the US dollar. It signifies a potential shift in the dynamics of global finance, one that could redefine the role of traditional currencies and foster a more balanced economic order. As the year unfolds, Putin's vision for BRICS will be scrutinized, with the world watching how these principles translate into action. The emphasis on sovereign equality, a multipolar world order, and a fair global financial system paints a picture of a bloc committed to reshaping the global narrative. Whether this vision becomes a reality will depend on the collective efforts and actions of BRICS members, but Putin's words have undoubtedly set the stage for a dynamic year ahead. Why is South Africa supporting Russia in its plans against the US? Is South Africa not aligned with the US? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. South Africa's strategic support for Russia's vision of a multipolar world is rooted in a long-standing ambition to exert influence globally. This alignment isn't merely a diplomatic stance. It's a calculated move born out of South Africa's recognition that it stands a better chance of shaping international narratives and policies in a multipolar world. The desire to wield influence on the global stage has been a consistent goal for South Africa. However, such aspirations often face formidable challenges in a unipolar world dominated by a single power. By aligning itself with Russia's push for multipolarity, South Africa positions itself strategically to break away from historical constraints and actively contribute to reshaping global power dynamics. The rationale is straightforward. In a multipolar world, the distribution of influence is more diverse, providing opportunities for nations like South Africa to have their voices heard and interests represented internationally. It's a realization that aligning with Russia's vision increases the likelihood of South Africa playing a significant role in shaping the narratives that will define the future of global affairs. South Africa's decision to hand over the BRICS chairmanship to Russia for 2024 is a tangible manifestation of this strategic alignment. By doing so, South Africa actively contributes to the collective efforts within the BRICS framework to foster a multipolar world. The BRICS platform becomes a vehicle for South Africa to exert influence alongside Russia and other member nations. This alignment goes beyond ideological friendship. It's a strategic evolution in response to the evolving dynamics of global politics. South Africa recognizes that its chance to influence the world significantly hinges on actively participating in the push for a multipolar order. As South Africa aligns more towards Russia, it is positioning itself as a key player in the changing landscape of global diplomacy. The strategic partnership with Russia isn't just a means to an end. It's a calculated move to advance South Africa's interests and aspirations on the world stage. Is BRICS important in all this? How does BRICS help South Africa reach its goals? In a move that echoes across international corridors, BRICS, the alliance of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has opened its doors to 6 new members, marking a paradigm shift in the group's composition. As of 2024, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates have joined the ranks, infusing new energy into a coalition already boasting economic heavyweights. The expansion is not just a numerical increase, it's an injection of economic life. The current BRICS members, including China, the world's second-largest economy, now welcome a diverse cohort of nations with their economic prowess. This move highlights a commitment to creating a more balanced world order, where influence is distributed across various nations. While the original BRICS members laid the foundation, adding these 6 nations is a strategic step to amplify the bloc's influence. But how will this benefit South Africa? This expansion goes beyond economic considerations. It's a geopolitical step to counterbalance Western dominance. The new members are expected to bring their economic might to the table, reshaping global power dynamics. The decision to include Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates is not merely a numbers game. Each nation brings a unique set of perspectives, challenges, and opportunities. The diversity of this expanded coalition reflects a commitment to fostering a more inclusive dialogue on the global stage.
Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The annual BRICS summit is being held in Johannesburg. The leaders of Brazil, India, China, and South Africa are there, while Russia's president is on video link from Moscow. The South African president made the expansion announcement.
We have decided to invite the Argentine Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to become full members of BRICS. The membership will take effect from the 1st of January 2024.
However, as the BRICS family grows, questions about the group's future course naturally arise. The expansion sparks curiosity about BRICS evolving beyond its economic roots into a robust political forum. The addition of new voices and perspectives could transform BRICS into a platform not only for economic collaboration, but also for addressing pressing political issues on a global scale. The entry of these 6 nations into BRICS raises the stakes for the group's effectiveness. How will this diverse assembly navigate the complexities of international relations? Will the expanded BRICS maintain the cohesion that has defined its actions and decisions thus far? The move is undoubtedly a significant development, yet its impact remains to be seen. The effectiveness of the expanded BRICS in promoting a balanced world order and counterbalancing Western power will unfold in the years to come. While there will be challenges, together they can be solved. South Africa's strategic alignment with BRICS, spearheaded by the collaborative efforts of Russia and China, marks a significant move to challenge Western dominance on the global stage. The collaboration between Russia and China within the BRICS framework has garnered attention, and the United States is wary of South Africa's enthusiastic participation in this transformative alliance. The central objective of BRICS, particularly the coordinated efforts of Russia and China, revolves around diluting the long-standing dominance of Western powers. This ambitious undertaking has raised concerns in the United States, as the alliance's collective strength threatens to reshape traditional power structures. The fear originating from the U.S. stems from the realization that South Africa, by aligning itself with the dominant forces within BRICS, contributes substantially to the coalition's ability to challenge Western hegemony. As the main driving forces behind this strategic action, Russia and China are viewed as potent players challenging the established order. Despite the apprehensions from the U.S., South Africa's alignment with Russia and China is a calculated move. The nation recognizes that by actively participating in the BRICS alliance, it becomes a key player in reshaping global dynamics and challenging the long-standing dominance of Western powers. The strategic alignment isn't merely a diplomatic action. It's a conscious decision driven by South Africa's aspirations for influence and autonomy on the global stage. By aligning with Russia and China, South Africa proactively participates in the collective dream of a more balanced and inclusive international order. The U.S. apprehension regarding South Africa's alignment with the BRICS bloc highlights the threat to Western dominance. For this reason, South Africa's willingness to align itself happily with Russia and China reflects a shift in global power dynamics. It signals a departure from a unipolar world order, challenging the traditional stronghold of Western nations. Is South Africa passionately willing to end the U.S.'s dominance? It's not only because the U.S. tries to control South Africa, but other reasons exist. And one thing is confirmed: the U.S. does not know what South Africa could do. The United States wields the dollar as a formidable weapon in global economics, often leaving economies, particularly in Africa, caught in its crossfire. Misusing the dollar's power has far-reaching consequences, but amidst this currency symphony, the United States may be overlooking the resilience and influence of oil-rich nations. The dollar's dominance is undeniable, and the U.S. has not shied away from using it as a tool for strategic leverage. In doing so, economies, especially those in Africa, often find themselves at the mercy of currency fluctuations and economic imbalances triggered by the United States' monetary actions. The African continent, with its diverse economies, is particularly vulnerable to the ripple effects of the dollar's fluctuations. The misuse of the dollar as a weapon can exacerbate existing challenges, hindering economic growth and perpetuating cycles of inequality. The repercussions are felt in everyday lives, from fluctuating prices to limited access to essential resources. However, amidst this narrative of economic vulnerability, the United States seems to overlook the formidable players in the global energy game, the oil-rich nations. Armed with vast reserves of the world's lifeblood and oil, these countries hold a unique position in the international economic landscape. The power of oil-rich nations goes beyond the confines of traditional economic strategies. It extends to the geopolitical arena, where control over oil reserves can tilt the balance of power. While the U.S. may flex its dollar muscles, oil-rich nations can flex their energy muscles, creating a delicate equilibrium in global politics and economics. The influence of oil-rich nations becomes particularly evident when considering the interconnectedness of economies. The demand for oil spans the globe, and nations with abundant reserves can shape economic landscapes far beyond their borders. They possess a certain resilience against the financial actions dictated by the dollar, as their wealth lies in a resource that transcends the ebb and flow of currency valuations. While South Africa can do all this, it is also taking help from BRICS. So, it attacked the US from all sides, making it lose what it brags on. After South Africa gave chairmanship to Russia, what did Russia promise to bring? President Vladimir Putin has illuminated BRICS' unwavering commitment to economic growth and development. His words echo not only within the walls of the Kremlin but reverberate across the global landscape, emphasizing the importance of collaboration in the face of shared challenges.
Мы сотрудничаем на принципах равноправия, партнерской поддержки, уважения интересов друг друга. И в этом суть устремленного в будущее стратегического курса нашего объединения. Курса, отвечающего чаяниям основной части мирового сообщества, так называемого.
Putin's emphasis on foreign policy coordination within BRICS highlights the group's collective determination to navigate complex international relations. In a world marked by shifting alliances and geopolitical tensions, BRICS is a beacon of unity, pooling resources and perspectives for the greater good. Addressing global challenges head-on, Putin's statement reflects BRICS' proactive stance in tackling issues that transcend national boundaries. The group's commitment to finding collective solutions highlights a shared responsibility to address the pressing concerns that impact economies and societies worldwide. Strategic energy and food security strategies take center stage in Putin's vision for BRICS. In a world grappling with the implications of climate change and resource scarcity, BRICS nations, under Russia's chairmanship, are poised to collaborate on sustainable practices. The focus on energy and food security isn't just about national interests, it's a recognition of the interconnectedness of global well-being. Russia's respect for the African continent emerges as a key theme in Putin's statement, emphasizing the importance of inclusive collaboration. Often a focal point for development challenges, Africa is recognized as a partner worthy of respect and cooperation. The potential benefits for the Global South, encompassing a significant portion of the world's population, highlight BRICS' commitment to fostering prosperity beyond its immediate members. Putin's vision for BRICS extends beyond economic interests. It embodies a holistic approach to global relations, acknowledging the diverse challenges nations across the South face. By recognizing the potential benefits for the Global South, BRICS signals a departure from traditional power dynamics and a move towards a more inclusive and honest world order. Do you think South Africa's alignment with Russia will be good for its future? Who is better for South Africa, the US or Russia? Let us know in the comment section. After alignment with what nation will Africa grow as a continent? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.
Deposit Photos Music.